consider a kitchen backsplash the jewelry of a kitchen. You can go high-end with diamonds and rubies and gems, or you can go costume jewelry, which looks really great on stage. Either budget for you, whether it's high-end or whether it's costume jewelry, I think that you can have a kitchen backsplash if that's what you want in your kitchen. Today's article is 3 inexpensive ways to add a kitchen backsplash to your house or your home decor, something that matches it. And I want to highlight those 3 right now. The first one is if you are wanting a backsplash and you want a traditional ceramic or glass or marble, instead of buying, I always say this, instead of buying retail, go to the sale part of a big box store, Home Depot or Lowe's, and look to see their clearance ones. Oftentimes it might be something that they had too many of. 3 years ago did a kitchen backsplash, and I found the typical 12 by 12 square of glass, and it was $2.97. I was so excited, so I bought 10. So didn't have a lot of money in the game, but what happened, and this is a tip that I have for you, is that I did to the part that I was going to do, and I liked it so much that I wanted to do the whole rest of the wall. And so I went back to the store and back to the clearance section, and I even checked 3 or 4 different Lowe's, and they did not have it anymore. And so I had to buy it at regular retail price, which I believe was $12.97 for another, I think I had to buy 7 sheets. So it broke my heart to have to buy $12.97 times 7 when I had already bought 10 sheets at $2.97. I mean, you do the math, but so my tip to you is, if you buy it on clearance, buy more than you think that you need, because you can always return that or use it for another project. You sometimes cannot get that clearance item the next time that you go. So that's first inexpensive way to do a kitchen backsplash. The second one, it's one that we just tried and it turned out lovely. We're actually going to show you step by step how we did it, but I wanted brick, and so I had looked for, I didn't really like any of the brick designs that I could find on tile. It was either too small or it's just too big and heavy, and I didn't think it would look really great. So we went with paintable paneling. And what was awesome about this is that it came, you could do it in, there was red and then there was a white, and we bought the white because I wanted to see, like, did I want to paint the whole thing? Did I want to make it look like it was antique to match the brick that was already in my kitchen that we had exposed? And so I kept going through my Pinterest page to see what was it about the brick that I really liked. And when we first put it up there, I hated it. It was like a wash and it looked ugly and it looked cheap and I hated it. But as soon as I splashed some silver metallic paint on it, it just made it look beautiful, and now it is just a showstopper. It's beautiful costume jewelry for my kitchen, and I like looking at it. There are some tips that we have that we're going to put in our next blog post that can help you protect paneling, because again, paneling is not necessarily meant to be around grease or around water, you know, what's in your kitchen. And so we're going to give you some tips on that. The third inexpensive thing that you can do for a kitchen backsplash is, why don't you skip all the materials in general as far as the grout and the glue and anything paneling, and you can just use high gloss paint. And this way, if you don't like it, you can change it back. It doesn't matter. You can cover it up with traditional ceramic or tile or any type glass, but use a high gloss paint. It's wipeable. You can get it in all sorts of colors, get a high-end paint. And then if you really wanted to add something to, and I actually was going to do this idea, but then I went with the paneling in the kitchen that we currently did, but add a stencil. There are so many different shapes of stencils that you can do in so many different colors of paint and sheens of paint, as well as specialty paint. You could do something that was raised out a little bit. You could do a metallic. You could do a mute. You could do a matte against it. There's just so many different combinations that you could do to customize it to your kitchen and your like. So those 3 inexpensive things: buy on clearance, you could buy paneling, or just do paint, a high gloss paint. Those are 3 inexpensive ways that you can add some jewelry to your kitchen. So let us know what you decided. If you are going to be doing a traditional tile, then we do have one article that we did about 3 years ago that can be very helpful to you, and I'll try to link to that below at the bottom. But let us see your pictures. Please post the pictures on our Facebook page or on our Pinterest page. That we would love, 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 love to see the ideas that you came up with, so we could share that with our readers and our viewers.